So I'm week 3 in new company, and this has already been implemented there. So I've used it for a number of years elsewhere. I'm bringing it into Haleon world now. Before I start, just a quick show of hands: who uses, has, knows what talent pools are? Cool, that's always good. If not, there's a brilliant session over there on something else which would be good for you. But I do want to talk through exactly this. Traditional talent pools don't work. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to make them successful. But first, I'd love if anyone is confident, brave, stupid enough to shout out why you use talent pools at the moment. Anyone got anything? Can't hear a word you're
Hold
saying.
on. I'll run.
Sorry, Natasha.
Save money.
That is a pretty damn good reason to use talent pools. Can I tell you the depressing bits? All of these are reasons I've been told in the last 18 months why people use talent pools. It's functionality in my CRM, ATS. It's a good metric to share with stakeholders. Genuinely, I've probably had 20 plus people say because everyone else is. And you're right, the real reason is at the end to make hires quicker and cheaper. And we have a whole load of reasons around how that works, how to do it. I'm going to give you some really simple bits and pieces on how to get there. One of the things that I will do is there's a lot of slides in here which are great for taking photos of, but I'll put them on my LinkedIn and we'll share them out afterwards. Or feel free to take photos away. The goal here is I want everyone here to be able to do talent pools bigger, better, bolder. I'm not selling a secret. There's no money involved here. I just want you folks to be better at what you do. So how do we measure talent pools? Really big numbers seems to be most people's default approach to talent pools. And unfortunately, a lot of the tech out there kind of pushes this route. This is not a measure of success for talent pools, okay? But what I'm going to do is just take you back a lot, right to the beginning of how we have created an approach to talent pools, which really simplifies this. And we split talent pools into 3 main sections. There's 3 levers within a talent pool. And that's to grow that talent pool, it's to engage that talent pool, and most importantly, it's to convert that talent pool. And so often it's overlooked. And this is where we go by default. Grow. 100% of our effort. We need to get to that next 100,000, next 10,000. Why? If you're not talking to them and you're not trying to make hires from them, leave them on LinkedIn. They're already there and you haven't got to manage them. You haven't got GDPR issues to worry about. Just leave them where they are. So think of a world where you split your effort across those 3 activities. Now, this is just an idea. The reality is we've run this over probably 20 plus campaigns. It never plays out like this. And I'll give you some reasons as to why a little bit later on, but it is not about overloading in one area. All 3 of them must be undertaken on a campaign and on a project, but at different percentages based on the audience, what you're trying to do, and how many you need to convert out and how many hires, etc. So I'm going to talk you through some of the key starting points that we have here. And it starts with demand. It doesn't matter how good you are, you cannot build successful talent pools, pipelines, whatever phrase you want to give it, for every single hire that you do a year, unless you do a handful of hires a year. So you've got to pick your battles. You've got to start somewhere, and you've got to understand where are we going to have the best opportunity to be successful here, to convert people. So understand what your hiring looked like last year, what's cyclical, what types of buckets do we hire the most, and start on that pace. You then align your efforts to those areas. Which roles do we struggle to hire? Which roles, if we're really honest, chuck an advert on Indeed, you filled it all day long. It's probably not where you need to start talent pooling on that side. Where are you using agency hires? Where's your time to hire the longest? Where's it difficult? That's a good place because you're lining yourself up for success in your data. The other part is every single person here has a talent pool, whether they know it or not. Previous applications. The good thing is they've already said they want to work at your company, or they wanted to work at your company, I should say. Hopefully through engagement, you can get them back there, but you already have stuff there. And what are you already doing today to build your talent pools and to grow and engage your talent pools? A lot of the activities you do today are doing that. They just might not be in the system, they might not be tracked, or you might not even link it to that piece. So when you start a campaign, and this is very much about a campaign driven, and I'm not talking about a new site opening as a campaign. It's about, we're going to hire 100 developers this year. That could be your campaign. And it can run over a 12-month period. It can run over a shorter period. But you need to understand, where are you starting from? So how many people do you have in your talent pools for that audience today? That's how we understand we've been successful. Have we grown? Have we shrunk? Shrinking is actually okay as well, because you may have, in the nice way, a load of dead people in your talent pools. It's quite common. I think HubSpot quotes 6% of all CRMs are not actually alive anymore. So you've got quite a lot of people there that are not people anymore. You also want to understand, what's the engagement rate look like from that audience. So if you send emails, what's the open rate? What's the bounce rate? Who's interacting with it? And when you send out a job alert, if you send out a job alert or a recruiter speaks to anyone, does anyone come back? Is it like a ghost town? You've sent it out and silence back? These are good starting points. These are day zero data points that you need to capture. But then you also want to set some goals for yourself. That's how we measure the success here. What did we do? We wanted to grow. We needed to convert. We needed to reduce the time to apply. These are all goals that you want to set yourself. First few times, you won't hit them. If you do, you got damn lucky. But it's about trying to understand what you're driving for. You have to be pushing for something there. You really have to start converting first. Google have a sales methodology of looking and considering, looking, not considering, not looking, considering, and not looking, not considering. These people are in your shops, they have an item in their hand, and they are walking to your till. Convert them first. They are the easiest people for you to convert. And that will take away some of the problem that you have to face. The goal here is about solving 5%, 10% of the problem at a time before you have to go out to grow. So you want to try and tackle some of those little snippets as you go. The other bit we're pretty rubbish at as TA is engaging, because we fixate on perfect. We fixate on personalized, on perfectly timed, on interactive. Honestly, the newsletters we sent out through IBM were once a month to nearly 9 million people, and it was the same email that went to everybody. And what we found was, when we created more specific, more targeted emails, we actually got lower open rates and lower engagement rates, but we spent about a week on average extra creating that to get worse results. Doesn't feel like a good equation to me there, but also a single email is better than no email. A single email that starts talking to the people, starts keeping you front of mind. And here, think about the value that you add to that audience as well. It is not just about, look at us, look at us, look at us, look at us. Some of the best info and content that we shared was recruiter advice. Really simple. Everyone here can do it. What do we look for on a CV? Covering letters, yes or no. How to ace your screening interview, your interview. It's stuff we do day in, day out. Your candidates don't know where to go to get it. But what you've also done is positioned you folks as a trusted advisor there. You're giving them something. You're helping them be better. Because most newsletters, most interactions, all about take from the company. We want you to do this, apply to this, buy this, do this. And it really messes with them when you give them something for free. Our newsletters were running for quite a period of time. After about 6 months, we removed all links to apply for jobs from those newsletters. It was in the footer, it was one of our standard icons, but we didn't have a search now, apply today, we didn't have any hot jobs. God, I hate that phrase. But we didn't have any of those there. We still saw candidates going out of their way to find those links and to apply. And we would see regularly 27,000 applications a week from our newsletters, a month, sorry, from our newsletters. And we didn't even make it easy for them to do it. But we added learning for them, we added guides, we added industry news. Honestly, most of it was set up from Google Alerts. And we found industry news and we popped it on there. And they loved it. It wasn't even our news. We were just curating what they were already looking at. And it just positioned us really nicely. And then you do need to start growing. When you're in a campaign, you've got to fill the pipeline. You've got to fill the sieve, because you've got your dead people, your people that are converted, your unsubscribes. You need to add new people in. But you have to keep converting them. That converting and that engaging is not a one-time thing. That happens each and every time. I'm going to give you a quick four really simple ways on how to grow your talent communities. All your previous applicants, they're people to go into your talent communities. You've all got them. Unless you've got no jobs ever and you've never had any applicants, you've already got them. They have already said, I'd quite like to do that job at that company. That feels like someone that's walked into your shop and gone, I really liked that item I saw online. I'd like to go and try it. So don't fuck it up. Don't give them a crappy experience. Like, keep them friendly and give them a good experience. Sourcing. Sourcing is such a good way of building pipeline because it is hyper targeted. It's exactly the people that you want to interact and you want to engage with. But so much of sourcing is, I have a job, come talk to me. They don't respond, you go, screw you, you're dead, I'm going to go to the next 5 people, 50 people. Why not follow up with them and say, look, I appreciate probably the wrong time. I'd love to keep in contact with you. You're someone we'd like to hire. You match the skills. Join our talent communities. Find out more. Get to know us a little bit more. And honestly, the amount of people that want to do that is pretty high. They just don't all want to buy from you on that first cold email that you've had. So keep talking to them. Social and your careers website. Social media, too many people are all about, like, you've got to apply to this job you saw on X, whatever we're calling it today, on X. That's a lot. From a tweet, I don't know how many people buy things from a tweet. You may visit a website, may look at some reviews, may go in a rabbit hole of videos on Instagram or whatever it is, but it's the start of a journey. It is so often it is not the closer. So why doesn't your social, every single post in your bios, your links, join your talent communities? Someone's following you, someone's engaging in your content, like this, see more, click here, join our talent communities. Follow on social is great, but the way the algorithms are going, no one in TA is going to be able to afford to convert them anytime soon. This is land you own. This is yours. You haven't got to worry about Elon changing it so everyone sees X jobs now rather than yours. It's a place that you own. And your careers website. Again, probably 99% of journeys on a careers website are created for search and apply, which is great if that's what you're ready to do. What if you're not? What if that's just a little bit too keen for you at this stage? Why don't we give them the option to just register, just find out more, just keep talking. Yes, you could hope they come back to your careers website in a week, in a month, in a year's time. But what if you pushed your careers website to them? You haven't got hope anymore. You've driven that. Engage. This is the bit that so many people struggle with. You're doing all of it anyway. It already happens. You just don't call it engage. And you often don't put it into a talent pooling, talent pipelining approach. Newsletters, so simple. Honestly, don't wait for perfect, just start. There's a website out there called Really Good Emails. Really Good Emails steals really good emails from all over the world. Nikes are on there, Apples are on there, Amazons are on there. They are templates for you to, without any shame, steal and try. And they have spent millions creating those, trying those, practicing those. Just steal them. Just use them. We did. We created our own. It sucked. We stole Nikes. It flew. Who knew that, eh? Someone that spent hundreds of millions creating them knew better than us. So don't be ashamed to steal them. Add bits and pieces in there. I know I would love to say you've all got CRMs that all have link tracking, all of these bits. You all have access to Bitly. Bitly is free for every single person to download an account. Just put your snippet links in there and just track it. Hopefully you have a CRM that does it all for you or an ATS. If you don't, Bitly does it for you. So it can all be tracked. And then events and webinars. You're doing them mostly already. Most people are doing these things. They could be industry, they could be company, they could be TA specific. The bit with events and webinars is if someone is in your shop and they want to buy, don't make them wait 2 weeks to come to an event to be able to buy it. Let them buy it. So those people who have open applications for roles, those people who are already interacting with your business, they're applying their interview at these points, leave them out. They can fill the gaps later. Go to your people who haven't yet applied, aren't yet in a hiring process, and give them a bit more of an insight to your business. Because they're the ones that are kind of telling you, I need a little bit more from you. So give them the opportunity to get involved. How to convert. Convert, honestly, again, you do it every single day. There are hundreds of different ways to do this. Just start simple. Sourcing. Do you go into your previous applicants, your CRM, your Excel spreadsheets, whatever you're doing, do you go to there first to try and convert those people? Because you should. If you set up your talent pools right and you understand developers are here with this skills, with this area, this should be your quickest place to get a sale. This could be your easiest place to convert people out. Job alerts. These feel like they've been around since the dawn of time and they are the least sexy item that we've ever had in talent marketing EB. They're like the cockroach of talent marketing. They will survive everything. They are fully automated. Recruiters don't have to lift a finger and they happen for you. Your candidates have even set up, in most instances, what they want to do, what they are looking for. Most ATSs have these. Most people don't turn them on. I have no idea why. All CRMs have them. And depends if you use many job boards, they can also set these up. I think even Indeed have this now, where you can have your jobs on Indeed targeted to people who follow your business. So it's never been easier. I'm not going to spout any AI, machine learning, any rubbish like that. It's just matching. You wanted that job. We've posted it. Email gets sent. It's probably some fancy algorithm somewhere, but it's just simple. And then employee referrals. Employee referrals, or who do you know this person in the business, they're a really good way of converting these people out. Employee referrals are often seen as a one-time thing. You've got the referral, great, thanks, bye, we didn't hire you. What if you went back out to the sponsor? I call them the sponsor, which is the person in your business who put them forward. And you ask them, say, we've got another job. Do you think Bob would still be interested? It's a great way to convert them. And no offense to any recruiters here, I would rather a friend and somebody I know tell me about a job than a recruiter give me the saying, you're perfect, you're just what we're looking for, I'm sorry to disturb you type approach. So use the people that you have. There we go. So I've got some takeaways for you here. Start off with identify your key demand and your skills. Where are you going to start? You can't boil the ocean. You've got to start somewhere here. What does your data tell you today? I'll be honest, we did a whole load of different things in our talent pooling that made it worse. We got worse. Our pools got smaller. That was okay. That was good. We deleted people who weren't going to talk to us. If they were unsubscribed from recruiter contact, phone call, SMS and email, what is the point of having you there? Apart from it looks like a great number. Look at me, I've got 9 million people. Doesn't matter. At IBM, we would grow about 1.5 million records a year in our CRM. We hired 70, 80, 90,000 people a year globally, so the numbers were always crazy. But we delete about 1 million people a year from that talent pool as well. And that's good. Data health really, really matters. Because after a while, when you get nobody answering you, you're not going back. You're giving up, you're moving on somewhere else. LinkedIn's the savior to everything. Not here today, are they? Good, I can say that. Just before I get in trouble. Start engaging them, really simple, just email them. Just find a group of people that match what you're looking at, key growth areas within your business, and just bloody do it. Don't wait for perfect. Go on reallygoodemails.com, steal a template, change the logo from Nike to you folks or whatever you do, and just send it out. It's really simple. There is a whole load of templates on that website. Is it a newsletter? Is it a job alert? Is it a convert? Is it a sales? Is it a special offer, a promo? Just steal the right one and use them. They're really simple. Always start a project with convert. Your easiest win. You may find you haven't got to do a whole lot of growing because you've solved that problem. So start with your easy wins, start with your quick wins, and then start building back to grow from that point. I've spoken about it, about dead people in your talent pools. It's really morbid and horrible, but health check your pools. How many can you actually speak to? A really, really scary thing is the amount of people with talent pools who don't delete them because of GDPR data rules. We forgot that bit. We didn't turn that bit on. It's quite a lot of a problem you could face there, and anywhere that you can build talent pools will have that functionality there. So just turn it on. And don't be afraid to delete people. I spoke about how many we deleted at IBM. It feels almost counterintuitive. I've set a goal of growing, of engaging more. If they're not talking to you, just get rid of them. You can find them again on LinkedIn. We even sent a really nice email out to people to say, look, we've tried 3 times to contact you. It's clear something's not working between us. Perhaps follow us on social. You know where we are. Come back and talk to us in the future. And honestly, the amount of people that triggered interaction with our brand was really good. And it's kind of like a last-ditch attempt to get them to talk to you, to be your friends. But why not? Why not? There was always going to be a slide that didn't quite work, right? So thanks for listening. This is my LinkedIn QR, because apparently QRs are still a thing now. But feel free to message me, reach out to me. Any questions, always happy to help. Just start. Like, really just start. It's so simple to get going. You've got this preconception in your head. It needs to be perfect. You need an army of agencies behind you. You don't. Just start. And if you like the look of it, your audiences are probably going to like it as well. Thank you very much.